We're heading on to our next unit, and Unit 4, our last unit of the semester, is on quadrilaterals. Remember last time it was all about triangles? Well, this time it's all about quadrilaterals, which remember quad meaning 4 sides, right? So that's going to be our focus this time. And the first section is going to talk specifically on angles of all polygons in general. So it includes quadrilaterals, but it'll show us how we can find information about all kinds. The first theorem is 7.1, and it's about the inside of the polygons, those interior angles. And what it tells us is the number of sides minus 2 times 180 is the sum of the interior angles of a polygon. So what it's basically asking us is how many triangles there are. And actually we kind of did this in middle school, if anybody remembers. Basically you take and pick one vertice and you connect to all other vertices. And I see that there's 1, 2, 3 triangles that were created, and 3 times 180 is 540. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided shape. It is a pentagon. Pentagons have 540 degrees. Well, what they did is, instead of having us to do this every single time, like drawing a picture and trying to figure this all out, they created this little formula for us, or this little theorem. So I take the amount of sides. So for instance, in this, I would have taken 5 minus 2 times 180. Just like we said, it was 3, or the amount of triangles inside of that shape. So 3 times 180 would be 540. So that's how we find, again, you don't have to do this every time because you have this little theorem. You can just take the amount of sides minus 2 times 180 and find the interior measure. An offshoot of that, so remember that's kind of what a corollary is. It's still within that realm of 7.1. It's kind of like another little idea in 7.1. And it's this corollary which tells us that the sum of the measures of the interior angles of specifically a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So that's going to be really important for us that we remember that, because we're going to use it a lot. We're going to use it a whole bunch of a quadrilateral. So the 4-sided shape, the 4-sided polygons that we're going to be working on have an interior sum measure of 360 degrees. The next part is a little bit of vocabulary, and the vocabulary is a little bit of a review. Equilateral, we know that from triangles, equilateral means all the sides are the same. It means the same in a quadrilateral as well, that all the sides are the same. Equiangular, you can see that the word angle is in there, or part of it. And equiangular means that all angles are congruent. And then last, regular. That word regular comes up a lot. When they say that a shape or a polygon is regular, it means it is just spot on perfect. Everything's the same. The sides are the same and the angles are the same. Last but not least is Theorem 7.2, and Theorem 7.2 now talks about the outside of the polygon, the exterior angles. And what it tells us is that the sum of the exterior angles of a polygon is 360 degrees. And I drew a little example on this because otherwise it's kind of hard to make sense of it. So I just drew a quadrilateral and I went the same direction each time. I just kind of went around the bend here and I kept extending these. And when you extend those sides, it creates these angles. So here's angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. Those are exterior angles. They're on the outside of the polygon. And what this theorem tells us is that if I add these together, all the exterior angles, no matter what the polygon, I'm going to get 360 degrees. So even if I had an octagon or some other shape out here, if I kept extending these and added all the exterior angle measures, I'm going to get 360 degrees.